right, good morning everyone. Dark Ramos here with the Volume Profile Nerd. Gonna do my morning prep for Friday, May 19th, 2023. And yeah, I'll go ahead and jump into it. The first thing I noticed this morning is that ES is relatively stronger than NQ this morning. ES has a small gap up open, or yeah, it's about 10 handles, which it's pretty big. Gap up open. So for ES, it's going to be all about, um, if we fill the gap or if we get a gap and go situation. Um, and NQ is gapping up at the moment as well. So at the time I did my rundown, we were a little bit below the regular trading hours high, but now both ES and NQ are gapping up. So this morning will be all about, if we fill the gap or, the potential for a gap and go. We did have a big move yesterday, so we shall see how that plays out. Could warrant caution, or maybe buyers are still in full control, so we shall see. But we're above yesterday's value, and in the RTH high. So for ES, goal for buyers is for minimal gap fill. So we have the regular trading hours high and the value area high right here. So buyers want minimal gap fill and then acceptance over the overnight high. Which we're getting a new overnight high now, which I'll have to mark up. And then, goal for sellers is to find acceptance under the regular trading hours high and the value area high, and then find acceptance under yesterday's POC and previous day close, which roughly aligns with this little balance from yesterday. So it'll be notable if sellers can get below this little range and get back into a good portion of yesterday's candle or the later half, and basically get back into yesterday's candle. We do have some ranges here for ES that I have and we'll mark up in a second. Just didn't want to add the lines here because it could get a bit cluttered. But if acceptance below the POC, I'll add them now actually. I am looking at these small balances below. So this balance here, before we get to the value area low. So if we get below the POC, I think sellers should be targeting this. We do have a tiny bit of balance here, but I'm going to be looking more at this. So we shall see if sellers can get there, if sellers get below the POC of yesterday on ES. And if below yesterday's value, eyes on the regular trading hours low, which would be pretty notable if sellers get there. On NQ, we have, and actually let me go over the dailies and the hourlies on ES just to do everything at once. So on the hourly, we have this 822, 825, 20, should be 22, not 23. We're not in August yet this year. So buyers should be targeting the value area high here at 4246, and sellers want acceptance below this POC to get back down to the value area low at 4213.25. And if acceptance below this value area low, we have a pretty big gap here. And then I'm looking at this 40194 level, which is the value area high of this 428.5223 level, which roughly matches up with this little balance here from yesterday. All right. And it's also the value area low of, nope, it is. Wait, it is. It's the value area low of this daily range right here. Pretty close to it. So buyers should be looking for the value area high at 424650. If not able to get there, sellers should, want to target the POC at 420550, and then the value area low here at 419150. Okay. And then for NQ, let's go to NQ and look at this situation. So for NQ, we do have a small gap open. Goal for buyers is to hold the regular trading hours high and head to the overnight high and find acceptance above that, and stay above the open but buyers are still okay if holding over the value area high and overnight low from the overnight session and the value area high from yesterday. We do have this little balance as well that I'll be keeping an eye on from the end of yesterday, and I can go ahead and add that in. Let's see here. This little balance here from yesterday. Going to keep an eye on that. And I'll just do this. And then goal for if sellers get below this overnight low and value area low and below this this range, then I'm going to keep an eye on. Next target should be the POC for sellers, but we do have a little range before then, right here. And if buyers hold this, that'll be notable defense. And then buyers will want the overnight low, value area high. Then they want acceptance back over that, back above the regular trading hours high, PDC, as well, and the value area high to get back to the overnight high. And yeah, if acceptance below the POC, we do have this small range here at the POC that I'll be keeping an eye on as well if we get there. So it's right here. By that point, we'll be back into the later half of yesterday's candle. But I will keep an eye on this range, which aligns with the POC of yesterday. And after that, sellers should be targeting the value area low with a small range before then, right here. And that'll be before the value area low. So sellers will want to get through this to then target the value area low. And if below the value area low, we have this little range here before the regular trading hours low. And sellers should be looking for, if below this range, should be looking for the regular trading hours low. And sellers want acceptance under the regular trading hours low. No change for day plus buyers or sellers on both ES and NQ without getting above the overnight high on both ES and NQ. Overnight high because we made a new high in the overnight session, and no change for day plus sellers without getting below the regular trading hours low on both ES and NQ. All right, so NQ on the hourlies, we have some hourly ranges here. We're in between this 815, 817 range up here, and this 817, 818 range down here. So buyers should be looking for the POC up here at 815, 817, which probably is a little bit above the overnight high. So if acceptance above the overnight high, or if we get above the overnight high with no follow through, that could mean we're not getting acceptance above this POC and could head back down to the value area low here at around 13,915 area right here, or to be exact here, 13,915.25. And if below this range, we could be heading to the POC here, which roughly aligns with, the POC of yesterday. So if we head back down here and then hold this POC, that could mean that buyers are holding the POC or the fairest price to do business of yesterday. And we could head back here and then buyers would want to target the next range above. But that's what I'll be watching out for, these kind of two POCs, and kind of see the reaction there and use it as a guide. On the daily, we are testing this POC from 3.7, 3.16.22. We're right at it. Goal for sellers is to reject and head back down to the value area high of this 8.3.22, 8.11.22 range. If acceptance above this POC, buyers should be looking for the value area high at 14.098. And we'll be keeping an eye on that. All right, so yeah. And we'll definitely be watching, let me see here. This bit of balance around the POC, which kind of coincides with the value area high of that range. So just, this little range here on NQ, which is mostly kind of that 15-minute bull flag that we had yesterday. So we'll be keeping an eye on that to see if sellers can find acceptance below that. But they would have to get under yesterday's POC and this small range. So just going to keep an eye on that for sure. All right, so that's what I got for the morning rundown. Let's take a look at the different sectors. So SPY, gap up open, QQQ, gap up open, XLF, gap up open, IWM, gap up open, XLE, very strong with the pretty big gap up open. XBI, the weaker sector, more in the middle, a little closer to the high of yesterday, but weaker than other sectors because we're not gapping up and have space before the high of yesterday. XLV, gap up open. XLU, gap up open. SMH, interesting, not a gap up open, but close to the high of yesterday. Buyers do want to hold these hourly pivots to continue to press the issues. I would say they want to hold this one here for minimal retracement. Apple, gap up open. Amazon, a little bit of a gap up open. Netflix, closer to the high of yesterday. Buyers do want to hold this hourly pivot. Google, pretty big gap up open. Microsoft, weaker tech name, close, more space below its high of yesterday. We do have some hourly pivots that buyers will want to hold. Meta, kind of testing its high of yesterday above its previous day close and pretty close to its high of yesterday, but underneath. Tesla, gap up open. NVDA, a little bit below its high of yesterday. Buyers would want to hold this hourly pivot, and I would say this pivot here for minimal retracement and to continue to press the issue. So yeah, a lot of gap up opens this morning. We shall see if it leads to profit taking on the morning. Yeah, on the morning, to maybe head to the POC of yesterday, or if we get a gap and go situation, it would be maybe I think the third gap up in a row. Yeah, I think it was a small gap up yesterday. No, we opened kind of at the previous day close yesterday, but yeah, gap up, and we shall see if buyers continue to press the issue. All right, so that is the morning prep for today. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll post my trade review a little bit later, and we shall see how the day goes. We'll see if growth can start to lag some of these big tech name moves, and maybe we get consolidation. If we get consolidation in tech, maybe XLF and XLV can pick up the slack. But we shall see. And if all sectors are dropping at the same time, that we know that's money leaving the market. Just gonna go with the prep and take my time on the morning and look for those ideal setups. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next in the trade review later today. Thank you. Bye.